Today our topic is the meaning of true freedom in Stoicism. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life. But it is not about being emotionless or indifferent. Instead, it is about understanding what we can control and what we cannot. True freedom, according to Stoicism, is not about having the power to do whatever we want. It is about having the wisdom to know what is truly important and the strength to focus on that. Many people think freedom means having no limits, but Stoicism says real freedom comes from accepting limits and using them to grow stronger. Imagine you are in a storm. You cannot stop the wind or the rain, but you can control how you react. You can choose to be calm, to adapt, and to find peace even in the chaos. This is the freedom Stoicism offers. It is the freedom to choose how we respond to life, no matter what happens around us. The Stoics believe that external things like money, fame, or even health are not under our full control. We can work hard, but we cannot guarantee success. We can take care of our bodies, but we cannot avoid all illness. What we can control is our mind, our thoughts, and our actions. This is where true freedom lies. When we focus on what we can control, we stop being slaves to things outside of us. We become the masters of our own lives. Stoicism teaches us to practice this every day. One way is through negative visualization. This means imagining losing the things we have or facing the challenges we fear. It sounds strange, but it helps us appreciate what we have and prepares us for difficulties. For example, if you imagine losing your job, you might feel scared at first, but then you realize you can survive and even find a new opportunity. This exercise makes us stronger and more grateful. Another Stoic practice is to separate what happens to us from how we interpret it. Two people can face the same problem, but one sees it as a disaster, while the other sees it as a chance to learn. The event is the same, but their reactions are different. Stoicism tells us to train our minds to see challenges as opportunities. This does not mean we ignore pain or pretend everything is fine. It means we choose to focus on what we can learn and how we can grow. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This is the heart of Stoic freedom. It is not about changing the world. It is about changing ourselves. When we stop trying to control everything outside of us and start focusing on our inner world, we find peace. This peace is not dependent on circumstances. It comes from knowing that no matter what happens, we can choose to be virtuous, to act with courage, wisdom, justice, and self-discipline. These are the Stoic virtues, and they guide us to live a meaningful life. True freedom is also about accepting the present moment. Many of us spend our lives chasing the future or regretting the past. We think, I will be happy when I get that job, when I find love, when I have more money. But Stoicism reminds us that the only moment we truly have is now. The past is gone, and the future is uncertain. If we cannot be content with what we have today, we will never be content. This does not mean we should not have goals or dreams. It means we should not put our happiness on hold. We can work toward our goals while still appreciating the present. Epictetus, another famous Stoic, was born a slave but became a great teacher. He said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." He knew that even as a slave he could be free in his mind. No one could take away his thoughts, his values, or his ability to choose how he responded to life. This is a powerful idea. It shows that true freedom does not depend on our external situation. It depends on our inner state. Stoicism also teaches us to be resilient. Life is full of ups and downs, and we cannot avoid suffering. But we can learn to endure it with grace. The Stoics believe that every obstacle is an opportunity to practice virtue. When we face difficulties, we can show courage. When we are treated unfairly, we can show justice. When we feel anger or fear, we can show self-control. These challenges are like tests that make us stronger. They are not punishments, they are part of life. By facing them with a Stoic mindset, we grow and become better versions of ourselves. Another important aspect of Stoic freedom is humility. The Stoics remind us that we are part of a larger universe. We are not the center of it. This perspective helps us stay grounded. It reminds us that our problems, while important to us, are small in the grand scheme of things. This does not mean our feelings are not valid. It means we should not let them overwhelm us. When we see ourselves as part of something bigger, we feel less burdened by our individual struggles. We also feel more connected to others. Stoicism encourages us to care for our community and to act with kindness and compassion. True freedom is not selfish. It is about living in harmony with others and with nature. Finally, Stoicism teaches us to let go of what we cannot control. This is perhaps the hardest lesson. We often worry about things we cannot change, like the weather, other people's opinions, or the past. This worry steals our peace and makes us feel trapped. Stoicism tells us to focus on what we can control and let go of the rest. This does not mean we stop caring. It means we stop letting things outside of us dictate our happiness. When we let go of the need to control everything, we feel lighter. We find freedom in acceptance. In conclusion, the Stoic idea of true freedom is not about having no limits. It is about understanding our limits and using them to grow. It is about focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. It is about living with courage, wisdom, justice, and self-discipline. It is about being present, resilient, humble, and connected. True freedom is not something we find outside of ourselves. It is something we create within ourselves. It is the freedom to choose how we live, no matter what life brings. This is the freedom that Stoicism offers, and it is available to everyone, no matter their circumstances.